What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy, Paul Shala, blah, 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 for coming through. I'm boosting up the coins. So, we got another leak for you, man. Right now, Claressa Shields airs out fake Paul and says his ass is sweet and soft. Yeah, fake, come on, man. Fake Paul, he 230 soft. You understand, people? Softer. The problem with today's age is, or one of the problems is, people, they think soft. Oh, I'm big and big and soft don't mean nothing. I've seen a bunch of videos. There was one cat, yeah, 350-pound NFL cat, got his big ass in there, and some little Mexican cholo Donny. You best believe it. That was the NFL cats. In fact, I should do a video on that actually. Big old bull too. Big old running back bull. His ass punched. Anyway. Let's hit the bars from Claressa Shields. Here we go. No doubt about it. 100%. Stop it.
So do you still want to fight a male boxer?
Some of them, they be running their mouth. I still want to put my hands on a few of them.
Yeah. Who in particular?
Keith Thurman. I want to punch him in his mouth. And I don't care what y'all say. Jake Paul cannot beat me in no fight. Stop it. Did y'all watch the fight with Mike Perry? Skills pay the bills. And Mike Perry was not skilled at all. He all grit and muscle. Jake Paul,
So you
I said this
so
before.
bad,
I got
man.
Claressa over Jake Paul.
Man, come on, man.
I don't
Keep it
care
real.
what y'all say. I
Keep
got
it
Claressa
real.
over Jake
So you
Paul.
definitely don't think he's gonna beat Tyson then?
Tyson 58. This make me mad with y'all. This not an 18-year-old Tyson. 21, 30. This is 58.
Yeah, he don't get no scraps if he beat Mike Tyson.
He probably got like a good 1, 2, 3 good rounds in him. And if you don't knock Jake Paul out, then what? I'm gonna have to fight Jake Paul for real. He hurt Uncle Mike Tyson. I'm not even. I'm coming in the ring.
I support that.
What? I'm gonna be right front row.
Don't Jake got a woman fighter too? I can't remember her name. A woman that be fighting.
She
on
already
his
said no woman can beat her.
See, we're not gonna. Amanda Serrano.
Oh
That's
yeah,
her
yeah,
name.
yeah.
She thinks she GOAT 2.0, but she's the real deal, Amanda Serrano. 7-time division world champ. Great fighter. Great fighter. I have a lot of respect for her. Is she a better fighter than me? No.
No.
But Jake Paul tries to call her the GOAT, and that's because he don't like me. But I'm gonna keep shining on him and showing him like, you got baby GOAT. Big.
Okay, she talked too much, man. Her ego too big. But however, as far as the fake Paul situation goes, I'm with it, man. Yeah, after Mike Tyson finished smoking his big bag of milk looking ass, I wouldn't mind Claressa going in and have a go on him too. That's the truth. Yeah, listen, fake Paul, he's all into that kind of woman empowerment. So listen, the best way to empower women, yeah, is to go in there and get your head boxed off by one. Listen, let me tell you something now. Fake Paul couldn't handle Tommy Fury, and he can't punch. So listen, I ain't saying Claressa Shields can punch. We know she can't punch. She quick though. Yeah? And Mike Perry is standing there like this, people. He's 170 pounds. To be fair, Claressa Shields is going to be light too. She probably come in the ring 180. Mike Perry, he like this and 170. But yeah, Mike Perry's a man. Listen, I'm not saying Claressa Shields whoop fake Paul ass. I'll watch it though. It'll be a competitive fight. If they come in at the same weight, it's a competitive fight. Fake Paul will have never seen speed like that before in his life. That's for damn sure. He's in there with UFC fighters like this. Slow as molasses. And fake Paul's slow as well. If he was that quick, he'd have been caught Timmy. Right? Timmy can't punch. And Timmy's slower and worse than Claressa, in my opinion. Claressa does have some skills. Yes, it's women's boxing, but end of the day, man, she want it. She want it. And I'd love to see nothing more than fake Paul get boxed up by Claressa Shields. So it needs to happen. He want to empower women, yeah? He ain't doing all them kind of circus/zoo acts. The circus zoo. He's like, oh, look, I'm fighting a 60-year-old man, and he's fighting... His whole shtick is something not generic. Something we haven't seen before. How many times have you seen a 60-year-old man in the ring? I haven't seen it. Oops. I haven't. Oh, why you hate it, man? Fake Paul, fake Paul, fake Paul. Big bag of milk, big bag of milk, big bag of milk. I ain't seen it. That's a fact. I also haven't seen a professional boxer in there with a whole bunch of wrestlers. Right? I also haven't seen professional boxer, get his head punched up, or got life and death with Timmy Fumbles. So this is his shtick. And after Mike Tyson finished with his ass, he might as well, right? He might as well do that one. What else he gonna do? What else Fake Paul gonna do? Right, he'll be known as the guy who got punched up by a 60-year-old Mike. And obviously all the Jake homosexuals will say, yeah, but the footage, look, Mike can fight still. Mike can still fight, I ain't gonna lie. I think I'm putting money on it. Fake Paul getting punched up. Fact. I don't care what I don't care how many boxing heads come on here and tell you, oh, he old. Fake Paul is no good. He's no good. Put Mike Tyson in there with Nate Diaz. That's what they should have done, really. In a way, I'm a bit disappointed. I think the fight would have been certainly twice as big. Mike should have really had a build-up, man. He fought Roy Jones like 3-4 years ago, and that was an exhibition. What they should have really done is at least one fight, right? We should have had Mike Tyson in there with a common opponent, and it pisses me off because who's doing the marketing for this thing, right? They say, well, YB, you're broke and whatever else. It don't take a genius to know. This fight would have been much bigger if we could have seen Mike in there with a common opponent of Jake Paul's, like Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz is straight up and down. He gonna do the same thing. So how you perform against Nate Diaz, that shows you your level. Fake Paul went life and death. 8 rounds, boring. Mike would have been, people, Nate Diaz can't punch. Nate Diaz is light in the back. Nate Diaz, he's durable. That's all he is. And Mike would be on Nate Diaz and hitting him with things he wouldn't... I've talked before about boxing power, yeah? There's generic boxing power that most boxers have outside of, like, I don't know, Billy Joe Saunders. He has below generic boxing power. He can't punch for toffee. But there's generic boxing power, which most humans don't appreciate, right? And then you have the kind of power that Mike Tyson, Canelo Alvarez has, where they touch seasoned, undisputed champions and they're like, whoa, they've seen a ghost type shit. Yeah, like Charlo, he see a ghost. Callum Smith, he's seen a ghost. Beterbiev, another one. Yeah, Beterbiev, Mike Tyson, Carrot Top. Those guys have Inoue even, potentially. Those cats have different power. There's a different type of whack you take off them. Right? Fake Paul ain't never felt nothing. And damn sure Nate Diaz is used to getting slapped up in little gloves. He ain't felt Mike coming in there, whoop, whoop, and Mike ain't going to be as quick. He's not going to be as powerful. He's not going to have as much cardio. He would get, I'll put my life on it, I swear to God. Yeah? If the Anunnaki came down and said, YB, put your life that Mike Tyson will stop Nate Diaz, I'll put it on there right now. In a real fight, when there's no smoody kind of, oh well, there's no moody Netflix executive saying, oh Mike, tone this one down so my toy boy Fake Paul looks good. If it's a genuine thing, if the Anunnaki ordain a fight, yeah, Mike Tyson versus Nate Diaz in 10-ounce gloves, and Mike's told no holding back to make Fake Paul look good, Nate Diaz don't make it out the fourth. He just would not. He would not. The first time Mike gave him something to hold, he out of there. He would be 60 or not. I've seen the footage. Oh, it's pads. Nate Diaz is a big old pad, people. Do you get that? What's he do? He's Mike ain't going to be down with that. I've talked a second ago about boxing power versus UFC power. Look at McGregor, right? McGregor's the most feared striker. Certainly was in 2017. Floyd can't punch. Floyd's 50 years old. He go in there and was laughing at McTapper. He can't punch, right? There's also boxing defense as well. Fake Paul was scared to death. Anyone Fake Paul's in the ring with, he's scared to death. He didn't even really put it on Mike Perry. Fake Paul was out on the outside of the ring against Mike Perry, boxing with him. Do you understand? So there's also a level of boxing defense. Top level boxers, if you're in there slapping, yeah, like Nate Diaz is, they ain't going back. Do you understand that? All the Fake Paul homosexuals sick right now. You man don't get it. Seasoned boxers, top level boxers, when they feel slaps, like Nate Diaz does, fact, they ain't respecting it. They're like, what? Why am I going to politic and nip and tuck with this guy? I'm just going to cut straight through him. And Mike will go in there and there won't be a back step. The first round, being 60 years old, he might get a little bit of a feeler, but once he feels them slaps coming in, it's going to be Nate's arse. Fake Paul don't have that. He was scared to death of Nate Diaz. Boxing with dude. The first round, I'll give him that. The first round, you could argue Fake Paul was really with it, right? Had no respect for Nate, was putting it all over him. That should have been how the fight ended. It didn't. He had a good round 1 and then shit himself for 7 rounds. Because he ain't legit like that. Legit. What do you think? Put Triple G in there with Nate Diaz. He ain't running backwards boxing with Nate Diaz. He's not. Okay? And even if you put more boxy people in there, let me think of a name. I reckon if you even put Erislandy Lara in there with Nate Diaz, he's going to feel the slaps and think, what am I going to fuck about with this guy for? He's sweet. He's a heavy bag. Nate slow, slaps. Why are you politicking with him for? Why do that for? Mike would smoke Nate Diaz, and that's what they should have done. But the Netflix executives don't want to do that, which commercially would make sense. Imagine how much bigger the fight would be if we'd have all seen Mike versus Nate Diaz. That's what we should have seen. That's a shame, really. Even for, I guess the argument is, well, YB, Mike's so shot that he might have got beat or might have looked bad against Nate Diaz. That's the only reason you wouldn't put a build-up fight on. Yeah? There should have been a Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul build-up fight. That would be fair as well to Mike. He should have probably negotiated that. Maybe it's Mike's ego that says, I don't need a warm-up. But it would have been nice for comparisons. Because Mike would have punched the cholo out of Nate Diaz. Mike would have had Nate Diaz speaking all proper and shit. Yeah? Queen's English would have had him speaking. Mike would have corrected the blocked neurological pathways in Nate Diaz's brain right now. The concussed neurological pathways. The cannabinoided neurological pathway. He'd have been speaking proper. No slurs or nothing. That's what Mike would have done for him. Yeah, give him a lobotomy. Mike would have put the lobotomy on his ass. For sure. But the executives don't want that. Yeah? They don't want that. They don't want you saying, wait there a minute, Mike gonna smoke this dude, Fake Paul. That's what they don't want. They want to make out, Fake Paul, Fake Paul, Fake Paul. He ain't like that, people. The only way he wins this fight is if Mike is shot to death. Not even shot, if it's fixed. I'm going to call it now. It's fixed. I've seen Fake Paul, okay? I've seen him in there, scared to death to exchange with Timmy Fumbles, who's a regional level at best fighter. I've seen him in there, scared to death to exchange with Leaky, Slappy, Small Nate Diaz, right? I've seen Fake Paul in there with 60-year-old Anderson Silva, an old, washed-up UFC turned boxer. Fake Paul was boxing with Anderson Silva. Fact. Fanning around. Right? Running around just boxing with him. Fake Paul ain't got it like that. He don't know how to tangle. And Michael come in there and just put it on him. I guess the risk is, can Fake Paul look at the floor? I'd like to think, no, it doesn't. Them things yet, they weren't even working with Tommy. Right? Looking at the floor and bowling his hand over. Tommy saw it coming. Mike's seen that coming, man. He's seen that coming. Mike's going to see Fake Paul looking at the floor, looking to load up his backhand. He gonna, I don't 60 or not yet. He's going to see it, man. I guess the argument is, he might see it. He's not going to. Maybe he's not sharp enough to react to it. But look at the footage. If you're old and that shot, you can't slip at all. Mike's not as quick as he used to be. Fact, but still, he's quick enough to see what Fake Paul fixing to do. Look at Fake Paul's jab. He goes. He kind of lunges in with it. It's like. It's weird. It's not poppy at all, people. Mike is going to see that big. It's not even, I won't call it a lazy jab. It's like he's trying to be hard with it. Fake Paul's trying to look like he's got a hard jab. But it's slow and it's kind of like, he plants into it, looks at the floor because he's scared to get hit in the mouth. So he's like, kind of like, I'll look down and shut my eyes. I've got pictures of it. Fake Paul, when he punches, he looks at the floor and closes his eyes. He's like, if I close my eyes, I'm not really in a fight. That's what it's like. So Fake Paul, yeah, he's going to look at the floor, put his arm out, and Mike is going to dip to his back leg. What would be this leg? He can dip to his back leg and boop. Yeah? Going to slip that jab and boop, right down the middle. Gives Fake Paul something to hold. That's what he can do. Do you understand? Boop. Uppercut up the middle, right? So Fake Paul's arm's going to be like that, and you'll see an uppercut that's going to go right up in the middle here. And Fake Paul's looking at the floor, so his head's just going to go boom, bosh. That's what will happen. That's just a jab as well. Never mind all the other shots Fake Paul throws. The right hand, God forbid he throws that, because that's an easy one. Fake Paul load the right hand up, Mike's going to slip to the left hook going to come in, or left uppercut going to come in, and Fake Paul going to be... And even if he's not knocked out, he ain't going to want to fight. He didn't want to fight with Timmy. He didn't want to fight with Nate Diaz. So forget about that happening. Forget about Mike touching... Fake Paul's chance is to kind of catch Mike cold / catch Mike before Mike's landed something. If Mike lands a shot on Fake Paul's arm, or God forbid anywhere else, Fake Paul is not going to want anything to do with it. Fake Paul was... Tyron Woodley, yeah? He's not Mike Tyson. 60 or not, he's not. But that Tyron Woodley style was more like Mike Tyson. Watch that fight. Fake Paul was running for his life from little old Woodley, who can't box a lick. Do you understand? That's the caliber of dude Fake Paul is. He's a boxer who think he a puncher, who think he a boxer. Oh, YB, he's a boxer puncher. No. He a boxer who think he a puncher, who thinks he's a boxer. Do you understand? He playing with it. And that's his right to do that, I guess. It's the estrogenic, capitalistic times we live in. But he picked the wrong one with this one. He picked the wrong one, I believe. Now, again, the chance is it's rigged and he gets clipped. He jumps on the floor. And I'll tell you now if it's rigged or not. I can give you definitive proof whether it's fixed or not after the fight. Yeah? Let me put your man on right now. The way we know this fight is rigged between Fake Paul and Mike Tyson is if Mike Tyson doesn't win. I don't care who told you. Oh, YB, this boxing guy, YB, you never boxed. This guy's boxed. And he said that Mike's... Oh, I don't give up. It's fixed, people. Fake Paul's no good. Yeah, he's no good at all. And I want someone... Let's say Fake Paul does beat Mike Tyson. Carl Froch wants it. Give Fake Paul Carl Froch. Carl Froch, get on the bulk, yeah? You should make the fight £200 or whatever. Get in there on a bulk. You probably don't even need a bulk. And put it on Fake Paul. Because he don't want to fight at all. And he's slow. And he's ponderous. And he's telegraphed. For a seasoned wily vet, yeah, it looks good. It didn't even look good against Tommy though, right? Fake Paul made Tommy look like he can do something. Then we saw Tommy in there with KSI, who also sucks. KSI sucked as well, I ain't gonna lie. Both of them sucked, but it just shows you how much Tommy sucks. Fake Paul was in there having a proper battle with it. Well, not a battle, but he was proper like, oh, I'm proper trying it. All he had to do was stick his hands on his head and get on top of him. Right? Oh, it's not that simple. Look at Avanesian. David Avanesian, Josh Kelly is actually a talent. Super quick, IQ the lot. Avanesian stuck his hands to his head and put it on him. Don't tell me Tommy Fury's better than Josh Kelly was. That's how you beat Tommy Fury. Stick your hands on your head, yeah, and get on him. And wail over him. Rain down on him. Pop, pop, bang. Pop, pop, bang. Yeah? That's all you got to do. YB, That's what you do. He's no good. You know, we ain't talking about... And that was Josh Kelly as well. Obviously, Avanesian's a certain class, but... Really, Avanesian's straight up and down, man. Suck them elbows in, get on him, and throw your hands. You can sit here, Fake Paul, doing all these moody drills. Oh, Fake Paul had a drill, yeah, where he was sitting on a chair and then standing up. Then you got all the new boxing heads, all the Wade concept. You know all the boxing heads who come from Wade concept, the ones who watch DAZN boxing, or DAZN misfits, and they think they know boxing now. Oh, but YB, YB, Wade said that if you sit on a chair and stand up, it generates power. The fuck? You sit on a chair next to a heavy bag and stand up. What's that doing, exactly? Apart from making your legs lazy. If you want to learn to suck in and rip, guess what? You post up in front of the bag, suck in and rip. There's no chair about it. You're never going to get that low that you need to be sitting on a stool. Huh? Oh, but YB, Fake Paul, he's got this moody gemstone dude in his camp. Some moody dude who's been watching too much Vikings seasons on Netflix. Yeah? Oh, YB, this guy, Jake Paul's got a seer. And the seer burns herbs and burns incense in his camp. What that for? What was that for, though? Because it weren't for his warrior spirit, right? That fake moody Viking dude in Fake Paul's camp, the bald head dude, I'd slap him right in his head and tell him get out of it. That's what I'd do if I was in the camp. Yeah? If I was running Fake Paul's camp, that bold dude burning all the incense like he's doing something, I'd have slapped him on his head and packed his bag. See you later. You can run that scam somewhere else. Your moody Netflix not even documentary, moody Netflix, what would you call it? He watched too much TV. Yeah, that dude in Fake Paul's camp watches way too much. Kind of like Roman Viking TV. Oh, I be Fake Paul's seer. Fake Paul's, what do they call it? Shaman. I mean, you know what? Let me put your man on right now. He's irritating me talking about this guy. Yeah? Jake Paul's shaman. And they all sit there like this. They all sit there like... And I wouldn't mind if Fake Paul was doing all this stuff, yeah, like sitting there and... Oh, I can't even... It doesn't even come up. Jake Paul incense. Jake Paul's boxing team. I can't even find it now. It's on one of his documentary things. It might have even been on Netflix. Either way, if you've seen it, you've seen it. I ain't gonna make stories up. Listen, I wouldn't even mind if that dude was burning that incense and it was doing some mad warrior paradise thing. Oh, he burnt the incense and then he turned to a warrior. You sucked against Tommy. There was no warrior. So forget about the incense, Fake Paul. Yeah? Forget about sitting on a chair and on a stool and standing up and ripping into the bag. Forget about burning the incense and just fight. Come there to fight. Don't come there to fanny about with your big bag of milk looking ass. Do you understand? That's what you need to do. Anyway. I don't know. Have I turned into a hater of Fake Paul? He lost my money. Do you understand, people? And there's no hate about it. Yeah? If he did what he said he was going to do and went fanning about, we wouldn't be sitting here today. He chose to gas me up and talk about how he's from Ohio and how he hard. I put my grand up on him versus Tommy and it's gone. So don't talk about hater. Yeah? Talk about how I'm down a grand is what you need to focus on. Yeah, there's no hate here. I'm down a grand. How about you, man, go down a grand and tell me how you feel after this cornball? Oh, man, I'm from Ohio and we built different. Then you in there politicking with Tommy who has no chin and can't punch. Yeah? Has no chin and cannot punch for toffee. So Claressa Shields, I want to see that one. If Mike Tyson does what I expect him to do, I wouldn't mind seeing Claressa in there with Fake Paul. I think Claressa outboxes his ass. I think she could do. You know what? I'd probably put some money on it as well. If I'm honest. What the odds are. If the odds are good enough, if it's like 5-1 for Claressa or higher, I'd go for that. I'd take a punt. Why not? Because Fake Paul he ain't got the speed like that. And I think Claressa, yes, it's women's boxing, but she's cute enough. She could see a lot of what Savannah Marshall was doing. She's going to see what Fake Paul's doing, man. She's going to see that. I believe she's going to see what Fake Paul's doing. It will be a case of the size. If Fake Paul and Claressa Shields come in the same size, Fake Paul loses because he's not that strong. Now Keith Thurman, he can box though, but he's old and Claressa's big. Again, I'd watch it though. Turkey, man, put some of these ones on. We know that the Saudis are criticised for their women's rights. I wouldn't mind seeing them do some of these kind of things. Oh look, we're not against women. Look, we're going to put a woman in for man. It's intriguing for me. I'd watch it for sure. It'd be probably one of the most... Fake Paul versus Claressa would be an actual intriguing bout. Because Claressa's beat everyone in boxing, so or women's boxing, why not? Because Fake Paul went like that. It's not like we're saying, oh, we want to see Triple G or Canelo versus Claressa. That would be silly. But Fake Paul's no good. Right? And there's no danger to Claressa. There's no way Fake Paul catches Claressa. I don't believe. And if he did, it ain't going to knock her out. I'm not even a massive Claressa shill. I tend to lean against her, but Fake Paul is something else. He's no good at all. Just full of talk and waffle. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. People, smash the like button, subscribe. Let off the bell, 100%. No doubt about it. People, stop it.